What legend do you want to leave behind for the next generations? 1. Evil, murderous warmonger. 2. Benevolent world leader. 1st one, you are right, not a smart choice. 2nd one, you are the best.
Peace for Ukraine or Ukraine now. Russia, just go home.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The purpose of these life reviews is to show you that one of the major things we're supposed to learn here is to treat others with love and kindness and compassion, especially when our ego tells us they don't deserve it.
Near-death experiences, exploring heavens and the afterlife. Part 7 of a multi-part series. Please continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan, so you can make a very bad example for your children.
Non-vegan. War.
No sweat. They only just make our world more and more dangerous to live in. So even the moon runs away. The earth stops spinning. The sun is broken almost into pieces, with some giant holes, one ripped in its middle, 20 times bigger than our planet.
What's the problem?
Oh, it just might fall to Earth.
Why?
The answer might come too late for you. And or for all of us.
Today's episode will be presented in English and Spanish, with subtitles in Arabic, Aulaxese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Saludos, maravillosos espectadores. Mi nombre es Jorge. Los ciudadanos de Nicaragua, de corazón cálido, están agradecidos con ustedes por tratar a sus compañeros humanos y a los cohabitantes, las personas animales, con compasión y respeto en sus vidas diarias. Que animen y lleven alegría a los que los rodean en la gracia infinita de Dios. Gracias por acompañarnos hoy en la parte 7 de una serie de varias partes titulada Experiencias cercanas a la muerte, explorando los cielos y el más allá. Durante siglos, los humanos han tenido una curiosidad mística por el más allá. Tenemos muchas preguntas y siempre nos preguntamos qué hay para nosotros después que dejamos este cuerpo físico y viajamos más allá de la muerte. Hoy tenemos el increíble privilegio de escuchar de primera mano de personas que han tenido experiencias cercanas a la muerte, o ECM. Estas personas han visitado el otro lado y están aquí, para compartir con nosotros sus experiencias que cambiaron sus vidas. En esta serie exploraremos su ECM y escucharemos sobre su experiencia personal de encuentro con Dios y su viaje al más allá. En la séptima parte de nuestra serie aprenderemos sobre algunos de los casos más frecuentes de experiencias cercanas a la muerte del investigador de ECM, David Such. David Such ha estudiado experiencias cercanas a la muerte, ECM, por cerca de 14 años. En el 2007 entró en un enlace de YouTube sobre una experiencia cercana a la muerte que lo llevó a una búsqueda de por vida para aprender sobre lo que sucede después de la muerte. En el 2021, David Such publicó el libro Dios se llevó mis ropas, destacando su investigación de más de 700 ECM. Hoy el señor Such ha registrado cerca de 1000 testimonios del otro lado y comparte su conocimiento sobre lo que ocurre después de la muerte. Los experimentadores cercanos a la muerte a menudo relatan lo que David Such llama una revisión de vida. En este evento, cada momento de su vida, desde el nacimiento a su muerte temporal, se reproduce para que ellos vean y experimenten desde su perspectiva y la de los afectados.
Some have what's called a life review. So they go through your life from beginning to end. And it's not really like a judgment thing, but they show you what you did right and what you did wrong. And they show you how you affected other people. So in this world, you're always one person, you. You're experiencing life from the perspective of you. Well, in that life review, you experience it simultaneously from your own perspective and from the people around you, as if you were them, seeing through their eyes, feeling what they're feeling, thinking what they're thinking. And they show you the effect of the things you said and did and how that made these other people feel and how they reacted. They show you that everything you say and do has an effect on other people, and you need to be mindful of that. The purpose of these life reviews is just to show you one of the major things we're supposed to learn here is to treat others with love and kindness and compassion, especially when our ego tells us they don't deserve it.
A pesar de lo desafiante que a veces puede ser nuestra vida, las personas con experiencias cercanas a la muerte le han dicho a David Such que todas las almas pasan por una planificación previa a la vida, antes de convertirse en seres humanos en la Tierra. En esta fase, mapeamos momentos significativos en nuestras vidas que nuestra alma usa como una oportunidad para aprender y crecer.
But I can tell you there is a pre-life planning. They'll give you a few lives to choose from, and you kind of choose the major events. It's just like going on vacation. You write up a vacation itinerary. You decide where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and you can always deviate from that once you're on vacation. But a lot of the major events in our lives are planned, especially if there's a big accident or a nasty divorce, a traumatic incident, like a plane crash, the person survives or something like that. Those are generally planned. Even the way a person dies is planned and when is planned. But again, a soul can always decide to deviate from the itinerary.
David Such revela algunas de las realizaciones más frecuentes que las personas con experiencias cercanas a la muerte comparten con él después de regresar del otro lado.
One of the things near-death experiences will say that, well, I had no idea how powerful my thoughts and words are. I would have chosen them more carefully if I had known, or I had no idea that my behavior was affecting other people negatively, that kind of thing. They'll say things like, when you bring hope or joy to just one soul, because we're all connected, millions receive the vibration. One person living in unconditional love is more powerful than millions living in fear because we're all connected.
Vegan, because hell is too full already from animal people, meat eaters.
Espectadores solidarios, tomemos un momento para dar gracias por la vida que se nos ha dado. Volveremos en breve. Por favor, sigan sintonizados a Supreme Master Televisión.
Warning: sensitive images. How many copies of this world-shaken image would satisfy your wicked heart? Ah, why bother? It's more original and easier to multiply it by war. That's why you no want peace.
Peace for Ukraine or Urain.
Bienvenidos de nuevo a nuestro programa Experiencias cercanas a la muerte, explorando los cielos y el más allá, parte 7 de una serie de varias partes, en Supreme Master Televisión. Ahora escucharemos directamente a Barbara Whitfield, que tuvo una experiencia cercana a la muerte y ha compartido su relato de primera mano de una revisión de vida en libros, seminarios y entrevistas. En 1975, mientras se recuperaba de una cirugía de fusión espinal, a la señora Whitfield le colocaron un yeso que se expandía desde las axilas hasta las rodillas, mientras yacía en una cama de hospital, incapaz de moverse. El alma de la señora Whitfield salió de su cuerpo. Mientras miraba hacia el espacio, vio una imagen de sí misma como un bebé de 1 año llorando en su cuna. Cuando se movió hacia esta escena, sintió una energía que describió como Dios, envolviéndola en un abrazo amoroso. Luego, junto con la energía de Dios, revivió sus 32 años de vida, momento a momento.
As we went to the baby, I realized that I could feel what I was feeling, and I could see what I was seeing through God's eyes. And as we moved to this baby that was crying, it became a full cloud of thousands of bubbles, just this huge cloud of bubbles. And in every bubble was another scene from my life.
Lamentablemente, Barbara Whitfield fue maltratada de niña por su madre. Todos estos recuerdos regresaron a través de esta experiencia. Sin embargo, por primera vez, pudo ver y sentir la situación desde la perspectiva de su madre.
I could feel what I was feeling, but I could also feel what my mother was feeling. She had been through a lot. She had a much worse childhood even than I did. And she was totally frustrated. She was on a lot of pills, and she was always sick. As I went through this, I could hear myself saying, no wonder, no wonder. And this no wonder meant to me, no wonder you are the way you are. Look what was done to you as a child. And it wasn't as though I could condemn my mother for what was going on. It was more like I was living it through her heart and her eyes too. And she didn't know what she was doing. And I watched myself growing up. I watched myself meet my husband. I watched us date for 4 years. We got married. I watched my 3 children come into the world. The whole thing, it was all there.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Lebanon is one of them. Lebanon, Animals Protection and Welfare Law. Acts that may inflict distress, pain, or suffering on animal people, or subject them to danger or torture, are prohibited. Animal persons shall not be given as prizes, and animal individual fights are forbidden. They may not be made to labor in unsafe work environments or perform work that exceeds their natural capacities or inflicts distress, pain, or suffering on them. Violators face a fine of up to 50 million Lebanese pounds or $33,100 and 2 years in prison. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
Nuestra SM final del programa de hoy nos da más información sobre la comprensión de que nuestra alma lleva a cabo la planificación previa a la vida antes de asumir nuestra existencia física en la tierra. Durante su experiencia cercana a la muerte, a Betty Wadagno se le mostró este proceso y lo describió como algo similar a ir a la tienda a comprar la comida.
While I was in this space, I was taken through my pre-birth planning. I was shown that I, as a soul, had chosen my life before I ever had come to Earth. I chose my parents. I chose the family that I would be born into. I chose all of the adversity. And the way that it looked to me was like a video game. And so when I was picking all of these life experiences, I saw myself in a grocery store and I had this empty cart and there was a man. He was wearing a plaid blazer and a fedora, and he said, okay, pick your life. I thought, well, if I'm going to Earth, I'm going to Earth. And I started grabbing all of these, it looked like cereal boxes. And, you know, like they all said stuff on them.
Después de tener esta experiencia y pasar un tiempo en el más allá, la señora Wadagno no quería volver a su vida en la Tierra. Luego se le dio la opción de reencarnarse en otro cuerpo.
And they said, okay, you don't have to go back into her, but you do have to go back. And so we'll show you the baby that you'll be born into. And they showed me these 3 babies. And again, everything really looked like a video game to me. And then they showed me the stats of this one baby. And this would be the baby that I would be born into. And the stats that went along with this child, they showed me her gender, her ethnicity, where she would be born, her family line, her adversity, and her life was even more challenging than my own. And I already had such a challenging life full of so much stuff. And so I threw my hands up in the air and I said, okay, I can't start from zero. I'll go back into her.
La señora Wadagno luego se encontró de regreso en su cuerpo en el planeta Tierra. Estos profundos relatos de revisión y elección de la dirección de la vida de uno son un testimonio asombroso de las complejidades del plan universal de Dios.
In our tradition, before you drink or eat, you say a prayer, and actually afterwards too, because eating is an act of holiness, and you don't want to eat death. That's not very holy. So that's another reason why the veganism is so important. Because eating is an act of holiness and sanctification of our food. And when we kill an animal, we're eating death, and that actually affects our souls in a negative way. Dr. Gabriel Cousins, MD, Vegan.
Benevolentes espectadores, gracias por acompañarnos hoy en experiencias cercanas a la muerte, explorando los cielos y el más allá. Parte 7 de una serie de varias partes. A continuación sigue El origen y la evolución de los seres humanos, parte 3 de 15, en Entre Maestra y Discípulos, después de Noticias de Interés. Que todos los que los rodean sientan su actitud positiva y espíritu noble mientras recuerdan su noble misión en la tierra. Benevolent viewers, thank you for joining us today on Near-Death Experiences, Exploring Heavens and the Afterlife, Part 7 of a multi-part series. Up next is The Origin and Evolution of Human Beings, Part 3 of 15, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May all those around you feel your positive attitude and noble spirit as you remember your noble mission on Earth.
Russia, go home now.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/ss.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/ss.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule і suprememastertv.com/ss.
Наші програми пропонуються на багатьох мовах. будь ласка, завітайте suprememastertv.com /schedule і suprememastertv.com /ss